The NRL shoulder charge law claims its first victim. The shoulder charge continues to cause headaches for rugby league, after reigning Dally M medalist Jason Taumalolo was controversially handed a 2-game suspension. Taumalolo was found guilty by the NRL judiciary of a shoulder charge, rubbing him out for 2 weeks. Taumalolo pleaded not guilty to a Grade 1 charge for a hit on Brisbane's Alex Glenn but was rubbed out for the next fortnight, on Tuesday night, and will miss the Cowboys' clashes with Manly and Gold Coast. The outlawed tackle was once a feature of the game, but the NRL has made clear their intention to weed it out. But their attempts have not been without controversy. Former New South Wales representative Jamie Soward was less accepting of the new interpretation, saying it was time the NRL took a common-sense approach to the shoulder charge. "I don't think that's a 2-week penalty," Soward told the Backpage. "I just think he's so big he just uses the front of his body, and sometimes we just need to take common sense and just look at it. Yes, it's probably a shoulder charge but not one of those bad ones." Ads by Kiosked. Soward argued that Taumalolo's body position showed he was not trying to injure his opponent, but that the contact was simply accidental, given the physical nature of rugby league. "They slow it down to look at tries and they would have slowed that down to look at the judiciary tonight. He has not turned side on," Soward argued. "I think you have to look where his arm finishes. It wasn't cocked to go side on. It's probably not as far away from his body as the judiciary would have liked, and that's why he's got 2 weeks." Canterbury Bulldogs captain James Graham confessed he was not entirely sure what constitutes a shoulder charge, but said the Taumalolo penalty now sets a clear precedent for players to follow. "I just think wrap your arms around and do your best," Graham told Fox Sports' NRL 360 program. "Last year there were some new rules brought in and there was some vague gray area. I think it's now, just wrap the arm around." Taumalolo's loss will be sorely felt after co-captain Matt Scott was ruled out for the rest of the season with a torn ACL. The suspension also all but squashes Taumalolo's chances of winning back-to-back Dally M medals. The 23-year-old, who was the co-winner of the game's highest individual honor alongside Cooper Cronk last year, will be deducted 6 points, effectively ruling him out of the running. The judiciary panel of Bob Lindner, Sean Garlick and Tony Pulichua took a little less than 30 minutes to deliberate on their verdict before finding Taumalolo guilty. It was the first test of the NRL's shoulder charge rules after the interpretation was simplified in the wake of criticism and accusations of inconsistencies by the match review panel last year. The NRL fine-tuned the laws to remove any mention of the arm being tucked. Under the new rules, a hit is considered a shoulder charge if a player does not attempt to use their arms, including his hands, and there is forceful contact. NRL counsel Peter McGraw argued that Taumalolo satisfied both criteria under the interpretation, that he had made forceful contact and not attempted to wrap up the ball runner. He pointed out that Glenn was knocked sideways by the impact and Taumalolo's left arm was tucked and his fist clenched as he braced himself. "There is no attempt to wrap or grab hold," McGraw said. Cowboys coach Paul Green, who represented Taumalolo via video link from Townsville, unsuccessfully argued that his number 13 showed a duty of care to Glenn and was trying to effect a tackle. "It's a one-on-one tackle and you can actually see, Glenn spins out of the tackle," Green argued. He was unable to get a grip. Former Canberra back rower Sean Fensom is now a chance to make his club debut for the Cowboys against the Sea Eagles at 1,300 Smiles Stadium on Saturday. Scott is also appearing at the judiciary on Tuesday night. He was cited for a shoulder charge out of the same game.